This conference will now be recorded.
Okay.
So now can you see? I just reshared the screen.
Oh my God. Should I on my camera or something like that?
No, nothing. Back on your
Right.
camera. Maybe
Uh,
maybe while on your mobile, but just check. The screen should be visible. So hope.
Yeah, we is visible for us.
Okay.
okay. Let me check it.
Mhm.
No, that is will share our screen, not their screen.
Okay.
No, that,
So, anyways, I welcome you all. Thanks for joining. So, this demo session. So, it will be a brief intro about the Ariba. So, this is the agenda, and uh, like as a courtesy, let me give introduction about myself. I am Ashok. I have total all about 15 years of experience into SAP domain. I worked on different modules like SAP Materials Management, SRM, as well as the WM concepts, and apart from that, more predominantly into the SAP Ariba. So myself, Arun. Okay. Currently, I will be our Ariba trainer, and thanks for joining. I would like to understand your background so that I can plan the demo in such a way that so based on the attendees. Okay, I just need what's your name, whether you are working. I don't need your company where you are working. Whether you are working on any SAP module or non-SAP, and what are you looking from this training? Maybe in a short note. Okay. So can we go around the table? HK, I don't know who is HK. You can unmute yourself and then you can talk, not an issue. Or maybe Arun, I can see the name called Arun.
Yeah, I am working in the background of supply chain, Ariba supply chain collaboration.
Okay, you are from Ariba STC. Oh, great.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Yourself is Arun. Okay, great. So you don't have an exposure towards the upstream or downstream, Arun?
No,
Okay, great. Understand. And we have somebody joined as R. Can I, yeah.
Yeah, this is Ramesh. I'm working SAP SNB Analytics and FI consultant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested. I have a good commanding on the SRM and MM areas.
Great.
I'm interested to migrate to my technology into the Ariba. It is the be I heard and be some market also be good such as be next to 20 or 15 years is be good market is there for Ariba. As by my understanding or analysis in the such various websites or be some of my seniors. That's why
Mm,
I'm be want to be learn Ariba. It's I have some
great.
technical background also I have there. I'm expecting today it is the be such we have it's many of the submodules in Ariba. Then
Yes.
what is be suitable for me, not me others. We have to learn all the modules or it be P2P or it be contract management or it be supply vendor management. What we have to learn.
Yeah.
That is my interested to so then I can choose which is the be market is good for it be currently which submodule we have to go. That is my
Sure. Sure.
intention.
Sure, Ramesh. I'm making note of your question. Maybe that would be answered during the demo session. Okay. So
Yeah.
somebody joined as PK. Can I have your quick intro? Just your Kupti K. Somebody's joined as yeah. Yeah, anybody you can just unmute yourself and then you can give the intro. It's just for our courtesy sake and it's
yes,
helping me.
gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, gentlemen. This is Sabir Ahmed. I am joining from Saudi Arabia. I have around 15 years of experience working in functional field, basically into procurement. I have knowledge of SAP but lately, since I came to Saudi Arabia, I have just become an end user kind of, for SAP so I was there as part of implementation in one of the company, but that was way back 10 years before. So I know SAP little bit, but I just want to know from this class, like what is SAP Ariba to be basic. There is a lot of
Okay.
things going on in Saudi Arabia, like for Sap Ariba, one of the biggest company, Aramco uses this Sap Ariba. So I
Exactly.
just thinking like, okay, what should I do? Which are there any like in SAP there is SD, FICO. Is SAP Ariba also same thing, or it is just related to metals management? What it is? So I just wanted to know which will meet my requirements, or which course I should do it. So I don't know much about Ariba, but just
Oh,
wanted to know it.
thanks,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Sabir. Thanks for your
Thank you.
intro. Yeah.
Hi, myself Harish Kelari.
Hi, Harish. Yeah.
Currently I am working as a procurement executive in pharma industry.
Okay.
So I am also the end user of SAP
Mm-hmm.
as for HANA. So
Okay.
daily basis, what I will do is a P2P process I will do as an end
Okay.
user. So
Okay.
I am looking to change to software industry.
Great.
So what my concern is, like SAP is Ariba also contains any modules.
Yeah.
So that which module we have to select, like
Mm-hmm.
that concerns are there.
Okay. Okay. And I'm also taking your question, Harish. Yeah, okay. And anybody else who were left to give their introduction, please unmute yourself and give the intro. Is somebody speaking? I'm getting a lot kind of disturbance. I'm sorry, I'm unable to hear you. There is.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear it better. Yeah.
Okay, okay. This is Naveen. I'm from a non-IT background.
Okay.
I'm into operations, and
Okay.
I have a friend who works into Ariba. So I was
Okay.
trying to shift from non-IT to IT or semi-IT kind of a thing, and I just heard that Ariba is a better domain as of now, and which has a future. And it
Mm.
doesn't need any technical knowledge or any specific background. All you need to know is a basic procurement uh, kind of a thing, information, which it is okay to learn and move on with Ariba is what I've heard. So I
Okay.
just thought I'll give a try at Ariba and see. So I just wanted to know what from your end. I just want to know like how Ariba, rather than just knowing Ariba, because from my friend itself, I've got to know what is upstream, downstream, and what happens basically.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but I just wanted to know in this training, will we have any practical oriented sessions where just knowing the tabs and content,
Okay.
probably project kind of at least a dummy project kind of a thing where we how exactly project implementation happens from end to end, from start to from sourcing to payment uh,
Okay.
in the Ariba system, Ariba platform.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Navin. We'll answer your question during our demo. Okay. Anybody else who needs to give their intro? Please unmute yourself and. Okay. I am assuming that all have given their intro. Okay. So those who joined a bit late, let me give about my introduction. So myself, Ashok. I am going to be your Ariba trainer. I have total, it's around 15 years of experience into this SAP domain. Okay, now, you had people talking about something called SAP, the word. And then we are hearing this word called Ariba. I will try to make you understand what is SAP and what is Ariba. Folks who know much about SAP, I need not introduce you again this SAP. But anyways, you are new to Ariba, and then you need a very good introduction about Ariba. Okay, SAP is kind of ERP tool. ERP means enterprise resource planning. Okay, enterprise resource planning is a tool where you would be doing your day-to-day operational stuff or day-to-day things. Okay, um, let me take help of a notepad. I will quickly give you what do you mean by ERP. ERP means enterprise resource planning tool. Okay, if you take any enterprise, there are three important resources. One is money, and the second one is material, and third one is man. These are the three basic resources. So how effectively you are managing these three resources? Okay, and you are doing lot of day-to-day transactions, like you are recruiting so many people are joining, reporting, all these things will be there. Okay, and then you are dealing with lot of materials. Okay, a lot of materials you are procuring, you are selling, you are manufacturing. Okay, so invisibly this is the main person, you know visibly or invisibly this is the main person, key holder, money, all the finance things. So if you want to recruit a money, you are paying salary, and if you want to buy material, handle material, sell material, the money is involved. End of the day, you need the establish capital for the establishment, all these things. So these are the three important resources. Even if you take any small shop, a pawn shop, to the a big corporate world, okay, these three are important. A person would be sitting and selling some items, and then he's getting the money. So end of the day, these are the three resources which we are going to manage. Okay, so let us say you are running a small pawn shop. Okay, and you want to, somebody came from the Britannia, the salesman, and he is offering some product. And how much product you need to take? Let us say you dairy milk silk chocolates, you are selling the dairy milk silk chocolates. Okay, you will take a bunch of like 1,000 quantity. Then that person will say, hey, 1,000 quantity I cannot sell in a week, sir. I need only the quantity which I can sell in one week. He is offering something like some high-end chocolate, which rarely the customer will be one or two. Okay, that means he is remembering the data in his mind, the way the goods are being sold and how the transaction is happening. Okay, if you come to a corporate world, you cannot remember that stuff, right? So you don't know like what is the demand for today. You don't know how many Maruti Swift. Okay, how the demand would be for Maruti Swift and how the demand would be for the Kia car or whatever it is. Okay, so how do you understand that? Okay, that means there is some tool. In the tool you are going to do your transactions. The simple thing is like, suppose you are using your bank, and you are using your debit card and credit card, and then you are paying something. End of the month you will see how much transactions you have made. You have not recorded this transaction is a hotel transaction, this transaction is for my clothes, this transaction is for my fuel. Okay, that means by the nature of expense you are doing, when you are doing the expense as part of your operation, the data is being saved in a proper manner. That is being saved in a proper manner. And at the end of the day, if you report on that data, say how much I have spent on the fuel, you can easily see there. Okay, if you're using a credit card, the credit card people are very smart people. They will give you end of the month, they will send you one chart saying that, hey, you are using fuel, you are spending suppose 10,000 rupees in a month for fuel, and why don't you go for this HP Coral card? You can save 3% or 4% on this one, you will get as a benefits or something like that. Okay, that means the data is very, very important. So whatever the transactions you are doing, those transactions, if you go do the transactions through the ERP, then automatically the data would be saved in a particular way, and then you can report on it. So why do you want to report on the data? This is the most analytical part. So we will analyze on the data, and then we will take some strategic decisions and important decisions. Hey, my money is flowing unnecessarily over here, or I am spending too much over here, or This is the material that is being sold, has got more demand, and this is the material is very fast moving material. So I can make more money by producing this material. Okay, so how you can do all these things is if you have a ERP tool. On the tool, when you are track the records, or when you're recording all the transactions on that thing, you will be doing the reporting, and from there you can do it. Okay, so this is just a background about the ERP tool. So in the ERP tool, in the market we have so many tools. Excel itself can act as ERP tool. Okay, similarly we have SAP, we have Oracle, all these things. Okay, now let's come to SAP. Okay, so SAP means systems, applications, and programs in the data processing. So systems, applications, and products in the data processing. That is the definition of SAP, the elaboration of SAP. See, SAP is very popular tool now, so which is giving a more sophisticated way for the reporting, for doing the transactions, all these things. Okay, so we have all the different modules embedded in this SAP, and they are tightly integrated with each other. Okay, so if you take the money finance, okay, similarly somebody speaking about materials management, HCM human capital management, SD sales and distribution, okay, PP production planning. Okay, so like that we have different modules. Okay, FA means finance module, MM means material management module. So to do with materials, how we are going to manage, how the procurement is happening, how the inventory is being stored in the warehouse. Okay, all these things we'll talk about materials. Finance means how you are going to do that, how you are capturing your expenses. Okay, how the balance sheets, okay, all these things, the payments to the vendor, receiving from the customers, all these things will be dealt under the finance. Okay, and HCM, human capital management, as I said earlier, suppose new resources are joining, onboarding a resources, okay, and then um, giving some position, like what kind of position, what is his reporting hierarchy, all these things you can see in the human capital management. Sales and distribution is like how you are doing your sales, okay, how many outlets you have, where you are doing your sales, all these things will come, who are the customers, all this will be handled under the sales and distribution. Production planning is suppose you are conducting production, how much material is required to do the finished good. Okay, all these things will come under the production planning. Okay, so now we are much interested in this part called SAPMM. SAPMM is materials management. So in the materials management, we have two basic things. One is the procurement, another one is the inventory. Okay, procurement in the sense purchasing of the goods. Okay, how you are purchasing the goods. Okay, that comes under the materials management, and as well as how you are going to store the material and how the materials are being moved from one place to another place based on the requirement, that is called the inventory management. Okay, so now when you come to Ariba, okay, Ariba is kind of a procurement tool. That's a standalone procurement tool which will help you in doing your procurement things end to end. Okay, so let us say you want to buy a laptop. Okay, how you are going to buy the laptop. Okay, so that is the cycle. So basically this is the very common example the trainers would give, people would give, and that is the well suited and best example. I always suggest and follow that. Okay, so when you want to buy the laptop, how you are buying the laptop? First thing is that you see like what is the budget for your laptop, or maybe you can put the budget aside. So what is the requirement? What exactly your requirement? What kind of laptop you are looking for? You want a touch laptop, or you want the 14 inches laptop, 15 inches laptop? For what purpose you are going to use this laptop? Based on that you come up with the requirement of the laptop. Okay, let us say my kid during the COVID time, he needs for the online thing, so I need just a tab which can help me to join in the online classes, and where he could install a Zoom and can communicate with the teachers and all. That is the basic thing. Okay, so in that thing, anyways, I will see, suppose if the classes are over, that when whether I can use the same thing for other purposes as well or not. So where the requirement is coming into picture. So once the requirement is coming into picture, then we will see from where we can buy this, from whom we can procure this material. That we are calling it as the vendor. Okay, from whom we are buying, we call it a sourcer's vendor. Okay, so after that, we go to that supplier or vendor, and then we ask that laptop configuration, and then he will pay the money. This is a simple day-to-day life. Similarly, in the corporate world also, okay, it will go in a very procedure, in a proper channel or proper way, in a process. Okay, we are calling it as a P2P process, procure to pay process. Okay, so now when you come to Ariba, Ariba is the procurement tool. Predominantly, it's its only procurement tool. We don't have other modules like finance, HCM, SD, and PP. Only SAP has that facility feature where they are tightly integrated. So previously, Ariba is not SAP Ariba. It was like Ariba, and it was known to so many people, and they are able to run their procurement processes and all on Ariba. And due to this competition and all this renovation and all these things, SAP has procured Ariba. And then previously, SAP supply relationship management was like competitor to Ariba. And now after procuring Ariba, they have completely stopped using SRM. Still, customers are using SRM, those who are using, but there is no upgradations, there is no support from SAP side. SAP is completely obsoleted that product from their portfolio. People who are using SRM, they are just running the show using SRM. If something happens, SAP would not support them. SAP would not help in giving the upgrades to that. Okay, the way we are getting the Android upgrades, right? So if you go iPhone 5 or iPhone 6 now, you won't get any upgrades to that phone. Similarly, SAP also is now stopped the providing upgrades. Okay. So now coming to our thing, as I just told, Ariba, right? So Ariba, like it's founded in 1996, and then they developed on the complete Java technology as a Ariba, and the solution got evolved, and very much. And there were a lot of customers who are adapted this Ariba, and they are using it now. SAP, what they have done, they have procured it, and they just named it as SAP Ariba. Okay, now it is coming as the cloud solution, SAP Cloud. It is part of the SAP Cloud. Okay, so now cloud, you know, right? So you will be getting somewhere the server maintenance and everything will be done by SAP Ariba. Okay, and you are just given one link, and in that link you can log in and you can do your business. Okay, so this is our Ariba portfolio, which we call about. Okay, and people have asked me question like saying that, hey, whether we can go with single module or whether we have to go with the complete Ariba solutions, whatever the modules are providing. So when you say Ariba consultant, okay, you cannot say that, hey, I know only upstream, I know only downstream, I know only the Ariba supply chain collaboration, something like that. So the basic expectation when you say Ariba consultant means you should know upstream and downstream. Upstream in the sense, see here, these are the modules or processes. In the upstream, again, we have something called Ariba sourcing, Ariba contract management module, and Ariba supplier management. Again, in the supplier management, two variations, Ariba supplier lifecycle performance and Ariba supplier risk. So all together, we are calling it as upstream thing. Okay. So in our classes, we will see why we are calling it as upstream. Upstream looks like in a strategic way. It's not in our day-to-day operational thing. And the second one is we are calling it as P2P. People used to call it as downstream, or people call it as P2P. Now people calling it as B&I, buying and invoice. So SAP Ariba buying and invoice is nothing but your downstream module. In this we have Ariba buying, okay, purchase requisitions, purchase orders, goods receiving, and then invoice payment. All these things will come under your Ariba buying and invoice. Okay. So this is the upstream and this is the downstream. Okay. And there is something called direct procurement and indirect procurement. There is something, a concept in the procurement. So direct procurement in the sense the purchasing of materials which are like raw materials which will be going to your finished goods manufacturing, or the materials which you are buying, and by selling those, okay, you are getting the revenue. Those we call it as direct materials. Indirect materials in the sense, if you take a manufacturing, you buy gloves, you buy some of the oils, you buy some of the room cleaning services, okay, room cleaning liquids, all this comes under indirect procurement. Indirect procurement means those are your expenses and consumption points where end with your consumption. It will not go to the customer as a part of and product or something like that. Okay, so and those things which do not need planning also. Okay, so planning in the sense, suppose if you are a car manufacturer, okay, So next month, you know what is the demand, and your demand is you are manufacturing 200 cars in this month. So what are the raw materials required, like tires, all these things? You will keep those materials with you to meet this one month production demand. Okay, but you won't keep the room cleaning services and all these things. If something is over, then you can go and procure it. That's not a thing, because that is not stopping your production. Okay, those things we call it as indirect procurement. Okay, and Ariba supply chain collaboration come into this direct procurement, where the POs are originated from the SAP system, and from there it is reaching to the supplier directly. Okay, we will see, like, we have the Ariba tool. In the Ariba tool, we are creating purchase orders, and we have some other backend system. We call it as SAP now. Okay, SAP or Oracle, anything. So SAP also the main planning system or your finance system, that is the core ERP. Okay, so you have the backend as SAP or Oracle. We call it as ERP anyways, backend ERP. From there backend ERP, you are generating your purchase orders, and they will directly reach to your supplier. And there is some actions are going on. Okay, follow actions are going on, that we will see clearly in the Ariba supply chain collaboration. Okay, now coming to the course part, we would be seeing the complete upstream processes like SAP Ariba sourcing, how to configure the Ariba sourcing. Being Ariba consultant, you should know how to configure it. We don't need any coding knowledge over here. What you know is the process knowledge and how to do some kind of settings in the Ariba. We are teaching that process knowledge, and as well as those settings how you can do in Ariba. Those are some kind of the default things are there. Okay, it is something like, you know, when you buy the mobile will come up with some default thing. Okay, what you will do, will install the app. How you should know how to install the app. Okay, once you have installed the app, you should know how to create the profile. Okay, so these are all different settings, right? Okay, and you should know how to change the ringtone. Or you want to configure a ringtone. Suppose my wife is calling, I will put one ringtone. Okay, suppose my son is calling, I will put my one ringtone. That means the mobile is coming with that features. I am using that features according to my usage or my requirement. This is what they but configuration. So Ariba is like a pre-built tool. You are not doing any coding, but it come up with the different features to meet your processes, to your procurement processes. Okay, and then in the procurement processes, as I just explained, right? Okay, Ariba sourcing is one module, Ariba contract management is one module, and we are going to see the complete sourcing configuration, contract management, and as well as the SM, supplier management. Ariba supplier risk, we are seeing it as theoretically. We are not going in the system. Okay, you will be given with a demo portal. So I think those infrastructure details you can contact Subbu, and Subbu will help you out. Okay, without taking the portal for practice, you cannot learn this. So obviously you should get that portal. Okay, you can contact Subbu. Okay, and then he will provide you the portal. And in the portal, we are doing the configuration. Similarly, in the real time, when you join in a project also, you will be seen a similar kind of portal. So each company will have their own portal, and you are doing the same kind of configurations there. So in the demo system, slightly some things would be different, but not too much difference when compared to the live system and demo system. Okay, so in the demo system, we will see 95% of all the features enabled, and Ariba also providing the same thing. Only few things you can see in the live system, that anyways I will tell you during the course. Okay, and then the buying and invoice side, we will see the complete P2P. Okay, what do you mean by catalogs and all this stuff? Like how to create a purchase requisition, how to create the workflows for that. Okay, how the purchase orders are creating. Okay, and then how to configure the receiving functionality is nothing but goods receipt. Okay, those who are new to this procurement terminology, just don't get worry. We will explain the processes very clearly, and you will understand it. Those who know the procurement process, they are very much familiar with this world. Okay, and these words as well. Okay, so they need not to worry about it. They can easily pick up that. Okay, and then how the invoices are coming, and then how you are doing the invoice exceptions. Okay, and then how you are doing the process payment, like that we are seeing it. Okay, So this is the P2P cycle just explained. Okay, so when the need has come, okay, so to find out the supplier to meet that need, and then again to negotiate and create a long-term contract. So we are these two things we are seeing as upstream, and downstream you are seeing it. I'm going to explain you each and everything in our curriculum. So what is the upstream processes in the sourcing, where the process starts, where the process ends, what is the different variations of the processes, okay, and what kind of process you should suggest to the business, or if the business is following this process, how we can configure that. Okay, in the upstream, basically we see a lot of template configurations. So how to do the template configuration, what do you mean by template, all these things I'm going to explain in the curriculum. And coming to the P2P process, we are seeing something called, okay, I will explain you just in the B&I slide. Okay, what are the catalogs, and what are the different documents you are creating, all these things. Okay, so this is just an overview of Ariba integrated architecture. As I told, right, we have the SAP system as a backend, and now this is your spend portal. This is what the portal where you would be logging in, and then you are doing your configuration, and on the same portal the end users also logging and creating the documents. So you should know like what is the roles of Ariba consultant, what the end user would be doing. Okay, so the person actually using the system and doing all these things, okay, we are calling him as end user. So he will create the purchase orders, purchase requisitions, all these things. But we are preparing and building the system in such a way that they can do their processes. Okay, that is what we do. Okay, um, and then we have suppliers. Okay, and then how the suppliers, what do you mean by supplier network, what do you mean by buyer network, okay, and what do you mean by spend portal, what is the CAG. Okay, this is the integrated channel now Ariba is providing to talk to your backend ERP system. This is the CAG integration. This is also we are going to see in our curriculum, but not in a pure detailed way. Okay, so we have different training is going on for Ariba CAG. Okay, so if you want to learn more about CAG, but basics I am teaching on the CAG side. Okay, um, okay. So this is what Ariba sourcing. In the Ariba sourcing, we will see like what is the sourcing, what is the sourcing event, what is the sourcing project, and the life cycle of the sourcing from sourcing events to the award creation. Okay, and then we see the contracts. Contracts also we will see end to end. Okay, what do you mean by contract request? What do you mean by contract management, contract workspace? Okay, what are the different steps or the stages involved in the contract? And then how to do the amendments in the contract, monitoring of the contracts, all these things we are seeing. Okay, so when I talk about upstream, upstream will have a templates. So everything will be run through the template configuration. So we are explaining through the template configuration. Okay, and then we see something called the contract compliance. That is again a concept in the Ariba itself. It's not, the terminology looks like different, but it's very easy. So this is the native integration between the Ariba upstream and downstream. Okay, so what you need to create to send the contract data from upstream to downstream, that is nothing but your contract compliance. Okay, just to make use of that contract in your procurement world. Suppose if you want to purchase anything against that contract, so you can create a contract compliance document, contract terms document, whatever it is, complaints or current terms, both are same. Okay, and then you can create the purchase requisitions. Okay, and then the supplier performance, life cycle and performance, SLP. So how to onboard a supplier, how to create a supplier, what do you mean by supplier request, what do you mean by supplier approval, all these things we are going to see in the SLP. Okay, and spend analysis, this is not in our curriculum, we are not going to teach in spend management. Okay, and buying and invoice, in the buying and invoice side, we are, see, guided buying is a different portal, we don't have that portal. I can tell you the what I can say, like purchase requisition to the invoicing, PR, PO, purchase requisition, PO, receiving, and the invoicing. This we will see the cycle in the B&I, and we see some of the catalogs in spot buy and invoicing. This is the P2P. This is just how the documents would be flowing for summary of the S2P framework, source to pay framework. Okay, and and then we have the integration. So in the integration, what are the documents that are being integrated to your backend system, what kind of documents. Okay, to do the integration, what you have to do. Okay, in the CAG, what kind of things you need to enable, and where you can monitor the documents are perfectly flowing or failing. If something fails, what you have to do, okay, where you can check that in the CAG, that we are seeing. And here we will be seeing like what is master data, what is transactional data as part of the Ariba, related to Ariba. Okay, so we would be seeing what is the master data required. Okay, so these are the things. And supply chain collaboration cycles we are seeing, because until you have SAP experience, I cannot show you the supply chain collaboration, but I can show you the cycles, like how the documents are being collaborated or what are the documents that is being created. If you know that much, it is more than enough in the Ariba supply chain collaboration. If somebody wants to learn more on supply chain collaboration, SCC, then again we are conducting that as a separate training. Okay, because it needs the SAP system, and you should know some of the without knowing because you are creating the PO and then generating the output and sending to the supplier. Okay, and you should know what is order confirmation, where to check that, how to configure the order confirmation, and again, as well as the when you receive the ship notices, what do you mean by inbound delivery, where to check the inbound delivery. So all these things will come, and then your inventory management, and then the forecast collaborations, like that some things are there, and your quality collaboration, so how to generate the quality notification and how to create a inspection and then sending to the supplier. All these things will be there in the supply chain collaboration. So I will be showing you the flows. Okay, and that would be more than enough, okay, as part of this curriculum, this Ariba training. So mainly what we are teaching here is like the Ariba upstream, downstream, and the CAG, basic CAG part, and the integration architecture. This is the overall curriculum. And to answer some of your questions, so when you put your resume as Ariba consultant, so nobody will see for only the person who is having upstream experience or who is having a downstream experience. The expectation is you should have at least upstream and downstream. Even if you don't know CAG also, that's okay, but upstream and downstream is mostly expected. And with our training, what is the assurance we are giving is like the if you follow my guides and my videos properly, you can clear the interview as a 3+ years of experience. So you will be getting a 3+ years of experience. And architecture knowledge is, once you work on any project, then only you will get. So architecture things you cannot learn easily. And besides this, we are teaching the project management, agile methodology, how the agile methodology works, and as well as some of the SAP maybe 1 or 2 videos on the basics of SAP Okay, this is all about the curriculum. Now I am opening the door for your questions. If anyone have any questions, you can ask.
Thanks a lot, Ashok. Ashok, it's quite understood the session. I just wanted to know, like, if any company has implemented SAP Ariba, okay, and the other suppliers or what we call as other vendors, okay,
Hmm.
do they need to have SAP Ariba, platform?
I didn't get you exactly your question, so let me tell
For
you what
example,
I.
yeah.
Okay. You are saying that suppose you are working for a company called Maruti and Maruti is using Ariba, right?
Yes, yeah.
And, that Ariba is being supported or or implemented by Accenture.
Okay.
So you are saying Accenture also should have Ariba.
No, no, no. My question is this. Let's say I am working in a company called ABC. Okay,
Okay.
and I have SAP Ariba system. Okay,
Okay.
and I will send some inquiry. Let's say I prepare it to SAP then it is processed through SAP Ariba. This is what I understood. Okay,
Okay.
and then the vendor who will supply the material, should he also have SAP Ariba?
Okay. So your question is related to the supplier. See, there are two scenarios here. We are calling it as portal-based suppliers, and the other one we are calling it as the integrated suppliers. Okay.
Okay, okay.
So
I'll mute my.
portal-based means the person. See, let me tell you, you have Gmail, right?
Yes, yes.
So you are sending an email from your Gmail, okay, and to that person, and the person is, so you are sending at the rate Gmail. Okay, you are expecting the person also is having a Gmail account.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Got it, right? So here the thing is like, suppose you have configured your Outlook, okay, in such a way that you can receive your Gmails as well. This is nothing but your integrated supplier. Okay. So in the Gmail,
Yeah.
what you would be doing, you are just logging into your uh, Gmail account, and there you are seeing the whether you have received emails or not. Okay.
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 Yeah, yeah. Please go.
So this is one point. The second point is when your Gmail and his Outlook is integrated, automatically your mails are coming. You are first receiving the Gmail, and from the Gmail, automatically the mails are coming to the Outlook. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And from the system itself, you need not to open the Gmail. You can see the all the emails in the Outlook itself. Okay.
Right.
And coming to the next question, what you have is like, so this is the challenge that we are facing here. See, you have a supplier. The supplier is they don't have the Ariba network access at all. So
Yes, yes,
Ariba,
yeah.
what they are doing is, so Ariba is providing some kind of, Ariba, they end of the day, they are doing business, right? Okay.
Yes.
When you are doing something, you have to pay to them. That is what their
Yes,
goal. And
yes,
supplier
yes.
doesn't want to waste time, and he doesn't want to make, spend his money on the supplying portal, supplier portal.
Mm.
But SAP, what has provided, right? They have given some kind of standard account. That means you can create the account for free to do
Okay.
some of basic transactions like, responding to the codes and to seeing
Mm-hmm.
the purchase orders.
Okay.
Okay. Only these things. Okay. And coming to the some of the advanced features like, receiving the contracts, negotiations online through the things, and all these things are not there. Okay. And let us say you got the doubt. So now the supplier doesn't want to create the account, and still he wants to respond to the code. Okay. Then there is a thing called, in the trainings we will see, that is called, we call surrogacy bidding. Okay. If the
Mm.
supplier is not interested to do the bid through the online, he can send to through the email to the buyers, and the buyer can bid on behalf of the supplier.
Okay, 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 okay. So, what? So, the issue is like the whichever company has implemented Ariba, it is good that the other suppliers should also have it, or maybe there are certain users which the company has can give it to the other suppliers. Correct me if I'm wrong.
See, give it to the other suppliers. I didn't get your question. See, end of the day, like if the supplier wants more business, then you won't say like, investing something on Ariba when he's
Okay.
able to get more people. But he, there is a supplier, he's doing business to only one customer. It doesn't make
Mm-hmm.
sense for him to buy the Ariba access.
That's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You got it right. See, it all depends
Mm-hmm.
upon the business justification whether they want to buy the Ariba system license or not. Okay.
Great.
If they don't want to license, we cannot stop the business for the sake of Ariba, right? Okay.
That's right.
So we have the back gate open to do the things manually on behalf of the
Great.
supplier. Okay. So we are able to run the business even the Ariba is not there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we would continue the same story even the Ariba is not there. But what is the benefit we are getting through the Ariba is time saving and like
Mm-hmm.
more document visibility. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
See why you are going for the uh, new features or new products, because there is some benefit with them, right? Using the traditional
Mm-hmm.
way. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And after that is the thing that we are going for the Ariba.
Okay, great, great, Ashok. If you don't mind, my second question is that you are an expert. Now, I want to know like which fields is SAP Ariba more into? Like, are they into motors? Are they into agriculture? Are they into aircraft? What streams are they into? Moreover, like
No,
what business?
Ariba is there in all the areas.
All the areas. Okay,
See, now
great.
I'm telling right for procuring SAP S4, they have to procure the Ariba.
Ariba. Okay, 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 okay.
So now you
Okay.
understand the SAP, because people would go for SAP anyways because that is the strong tool.
That's right. That's
That
right.
is the
That's right.
saturating point. Okay, that is the
Okay.
most. Okay, so when you are buying SAP S4, obviously Ariba is coming as part of the solution factory,
Okay. Great. 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 Okay.
right?
Yes. Got it. Third question is like how to do the certifications of the SAP Ariba.
See, SAP certifications, it will be through the proper channel. Okay, so there are some institutions where they would be providing you the certification. Other thing is through your company.
Okay. Through SAP, is it?
Through SAP, no, anyways, SAP through SAP only you would do your company.
Okay.
Okay, so your
Okay. Okay.
company can, most of the companies will provide the certifications. So
Great.
there is something through your company knows it. Okay, even I am not sure. And there are some
Hmm.
third party people who they are conducting these things and you can do your certification for.
Great, Ashok. Thank you. These were my concerns. Thanks. Thanks a lot.
No problem.
Yeah,
Any
Ashok,
other?
Ramesh here.
Okay.
This Ariba is be replace of or it will be the extent of
You're talking about means SAP See, SAP will be there as it is.
Okay.
Okay.
At the same
Now,
thing I'm doing in the P2P in the same Ariba or be vendor
that is what we
management
have the
or
differentiation from the indirect procurement and direct procurement. So now, after
okay.
Ariba is tightly integrated with SAP, we are doing
Hmm.
indirect procurement in Ariba. Direct procurement is from the SAP system. So end of the day, SAP system is needed, sir. Okay, even though you have your Ariba,
Hmm.
there are a lot of things that are going through the Ariba, and the end document would be flowing back to your system. Okay.
Okay, if you using ECC or S4HANA, whatever it is, a
Whatever.
backend should be It is the
Yes.
payment cycle to be run, or it will be
We
purchase
don't call
order.
it as Okay, just I'm correcting the
Mhm.
terminology. We call it as the SAP system.
Yeah, it's mean SAP ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ. Okay, SAP system is to be need. Okay. See, if you in the points of this, the SAP, it is be S4HANA. You are mentioning na Ariba network. This is the
Correct.
network kind of we have to supply to be registered where all suppliers will be available. What kind of network is this? This is one you are
See,
mentioning
the
SAP.
Ariba network is nothing but, see, let me tell you in this way. You are trying to buy something in Amazon,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and
Okay.
you are searching for one product, okay.
Mm-hmm.
The product would be supplied for a lot of these suppliers, right?
Yeah.
More suppliers. So how the suppliers are registered themselves to the Amazon, okay. Just
Yes, yes,
assume
yes.
that Amazon is kind of a network, okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So now let us think in this way. You want to buy one product and you know the vendor. You already know the vendor from whom you are going to buy. Okay. And
Okay.
now, whenever you are sending your purchase order document, you are sending it through the Amazon route, and the supplier
Mm-hmm.
can see that purchase order in the Amazon route. Now, assume that Amazon is your Ariba network.
Okay, I got that. It's a clear that that is the network you got. See, it
Yeah.
comes to be my one more question is, you were saying the CIG, these will be already my, you were saying they'll be tightly integrated with my S4 HANA system. Then
Yes.
what cloud integration gateway, where it will be required for me, the when it is the be.
It's tightly integrated in the sense we need to do the
Mm-hmm.
integration. There is a CIG consultant, sometimes Ariba consultants, you are aware of CLG, then you can do
Mm-hmm.
the integration as well. Okay, tightly integrated in
Okay.
the sense it's
Mm-hmm.
not too much to do like robust enhancement and all. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
we have some plugins we need to connect. That's it.
Okay, it means is there be some mandatory
Configuration
connection
yes,
activities to be configuration. It means the
correct,
configuration it is be mandatory for S4 HANA or ECC to be connected in the Ariba. Okay, that is the
yes,
sense. If you
yes.
non-SAP, it is to be support, right? It whatever the ERP
Yes,
systems we
non
have other ERP.
that is
Yeah.
that comes under the third party enhancement we call it as,
Mm-hmm.
okay, SAP to
Mm-hmm.
non SAP products. Okay,
Mm.
so at least you should need a middleware.
Middleware in
The
sense
middleware,
PI or else.
PI is a middleware, AWS is a middleware, or the most, what
Okay.
is the nowadays that
Any other
MuleSoft.
middleware it will run. It is have any specific middleware has to be okay. Anyway, don't go into it more technical.
No, no,
Okay,
see,
it's
whatever I
fine.
have
Thank
seen
you.
in my life, right? I have seen MuleSoft, I have seen AWS.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, PI, as you said, PI. Okay, so now most of the companies are using MuleSoft.
Okay, okay.
If you have PI, then it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. These you were saying the upstream and downstreams. These are will be the performance to be entire activity in Ariba, not
Exactly.
anything in we are into ERP right?
Yes, yes.
Even though my finance, if you receiving the invoice, I'm paying the payment, it will automatically trigger to FI.
Yes, see, that is what I'm saying, right? End of the day, finance is not there in Ariba. Okay, once you create a
Yeah,
purchase order in Ariba, that will flow to your SAP system. Okay, once you receive the invoice validation will be done in Ariba. Okay, there
yeah.
are different scenarios. Once that is approved in Ariba system, that will come and create the Miro document in SAP system. And once the invoice document is posted, you know what to do, right? You just remove the payment blocks or
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the vendor open items, you run the APP and then do the payments.
Okay, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you, Ashok. It's thanks, a
So
nice explanation. Thank
Ashok sir, I have a couple of questions. So
please.
to start off, in the recent conversation, you just said that any given day when even the Ariba is there, even SAP MM is required. So is it the
Correct.
same case when Ariba knowledge? Let's assume I don't know MM, and
Mm-hmm.
when we learn Ariba, is it
Mm-hmm.
mandatory that we also learn MM at some point of time before going for a job or something like that?
See, this is how I can say, like, okay, um, let me give you in a layman's example. Uh, you are constructing a house, okay,
Mhm.
and you know how to construct the house and all, and you should understand the planning of that house, right? How to plan,
Correct.
okay. So I cannot say, like, without understanding the planning, you can construct the house. And at the same time, I cannot say that to construct the house, okay, you should you should know the planning. Okay. So that means the
Okay.
basic kind of planning is required. Okay, to read the plan and where to do and all the basic idea is required, right? Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And your core job is to construct the house.
Okay. Okay.
So now
So so
coming
so just
applying the
yeah.
same
Yes.
thing to Ariba, right? So
Uh-huh.
your core job is to configure the Ariba system. Okay. But
Okay.
end of the day, what's happening? This flow to the SAP MM is little bit connected. The master data is coming from SAP system. Okay.
Correct.
The purchase orders are flowing back to SAP system. Okay. Something if you want to check there, you should know that basics. You need not know the complete configuration of that system and the complete all the features and cycles in that system. Okay. The basic
Okay.
knowledge is required.
So whatever the terminology which you use, like for example, even after the completion of course, where you said that we will be trained to such an extent with 3 plus 6 years of experience knowledge. So
Correct.
for that
Correct.
knowledge, for MM, like for example, as you said, like how the basic T codes and basic Miro, how the invoice document or the document types. So when we know these
Correct.
basic types, but still we don't know the exact structure. For example, to get into
Correct.
the
Correct.
directory and just navigate and create a PRPO and other configurations. But at least we know what is where and what and how to go there. So that knowledge is sufficient to know from MM and getting to know Ariba from your training. That is good enough
Exactly.
to go
The thing is,
to
right,
become a
at least you know if some terminologies are there in the SAP side also, you should understand those. Okay. In the Ariba interview, nobody would ask you unless until you mention that I know then people would
Okay.
choke there. But the thing is, like the basic things like how to view a purchase order, how to view a goods receipt, how to view the invoice, and all these things will be there in the as part of our curriculum. Also, I am telling you that because I don't have the SAP system, but I will give you some kind of videos and where you can go through that. I will
Okay.
explain you the
Okay.
context behind it.
ठीक है. Okay. And in initially when you started the session, like while giving a introduction, we spoke about spend analysis, and later at some point of time you said we will not look into spend analysis. Is it important, or is something like that?
Now,
For now,
spend
this
analytics
curriculum.
is on reporting, sir. So most of the people would be doing their spend analytics in B&I. Okay, that is not for us. See, spend analytics is nothing but a reporting and analysis. That is again a complete other job. The way you are seeing, right? Data analytics, you are talking about the people called data analytics,
Correct.
data science. Okay, that is they once the data is there, then they will do how to extract the data and they will do their magics to prepare some strategic decisions with the data.
Oh, okay. Okay. ठीक है. And this like how is the session? I mean, how is the course throughout the 40 or whatever hours you take? Like, is it something like that? You give us some task, you give us some assignment kind of a thing where we have to
Yes, I
create some
do
kind of a
give some
project.
kind of assignments, and I will walk you through the configuration, and then you have to follow the same configuration. Okay, and then um, we are running with this hybrid mode as well. Hybrid mode in the sense we give you the set of videos, and once or twice in a week we used to meet, and then we can talk on the doubts.
Okay, okay. So, is this a weekend batch or something like that? Because you said like once or twice in the middle of a week.
Yes,
So, is it
that's
some?
what I'm. It's weekend or mid of the week, at least one hour we'll meet. Okay.
Okay, okay.
So that is
ठीक
the
है.
hybrid mode we are going, and that is one thing. And another one is your daily classes if you want. Okay, so you can go the
Mhm.
daily classes. The hybrid mode, like you need to the fee structure, the payment terms will be bit different. Okay, you need to settle the payment at a time for the hybrid structure. Okay,
Mhm.
and for the classes wise, it's something different. The online classes will be more. Hybrid structure will be like there are some discount will be there.
Okay, okay. So this information will be given by Subbu, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And what about if do you share any documents or like
Yes,
at a
I will share the complete folder, okay, which will have the lot of videos, okay, my classes videos, and as well as to enhance your knowledge, okay,
okay,
okay. Suppose if I tell the solution of one problem a plus b whole square, okay, I will be telling in one method, okay. So what are the other? I will explain you what is mean by a plus b whole square, okay. What is your
okay,
target there, okay. And if you go through the other videos, right, it will elaborate more and more.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you.
But at the end of course, like, will you be helping us with the interview and how the questions and what are the, I mean, quite often asked questions or something like that?
Yes, we do give that as well. Yeah.
Okay, sure, sure, sure. Thanks,
Yeah.
Ashok sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ashok, the Ramesh, sorry for see, I
Yeah.
have around 10 years of experience in SAP industry. It's me, I'm working functional and technical both areas. See,
Okay.
currently I'm in the lead position in that my team in my technology.
Mm.
See, now I'm learning. I'm trying to learning this Ariba. How it will help to me as actually, if you're saying it will be support only kind of 3 years or experienced person can easily can handle your training session. Suppose
Right.
I'm the, as a senior, I'm mentioning is be 3 or 4 years of my SAB then I
Mm.
can meet my package or thing. Can you, if you don't mind, can you is suggest me that this will be a good
See, the
thing or
whatever
means
the
that
knowledge. Okay. See, this is what the
Yeah.
knowledge, right? So the how your knowledge you are converting. So because I am talking about the people who doesn't know SAP and procurement at all. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how you just see based on my thing. Suppose you said like you are from SAP background, right? You, maybe may know
Yeah.
the which you are from.
Yeah, actually, I was more functional and as well technical. And you know analytics, right?
Yeah. Okay.
It's yeah,
Okay.
before BW HANA
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
as well I'm
See, this
in
is what
NBFI also. I have
correct.
both the
You know,
having.
right? You know, right? When you say like you are a 6 years or 7 years consultant in a particular environment, okay,
Mm.
then what level of knowledge you should need, okay, at the architecture level or a medieval level, okay, because when we talk to the business or some of the customers, they will come up with lot of questions,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? So you should be in a position to answer that, okay. So this is how you should understand. Suppose with your expertise, with your SAP knowledge, okay,
Mm.
if you can defend those questions, then it's not an issue,
Okay, okay.
right?
How
So
the
let
team will work
just
in
in the
be?
reverse way, let's understand in the reverse way. Okay, now I
Mm-hmm.
am learning BW from you. Okay,
Mm.
so I have 15 years of experience. Okay, when I learned the BW from you, okay, just with your experience, you can tell that this guy can only, because anybody will teach the basics and up to one level or two levels of expertise, right?
Right,
The
right.
scenarios or things would come in the similar way, but the experience which is required is the confidence level is needed to to explain to the customer, hey, this is not the way we can do it. This is the process chain, we cannot run it. Okay, this is not the business model we have or the data model we can have. Okay, this is the enhancement should not work. This is the implications of this enhancement. Okay, that kind of knowledge when you will get, once you get 2 or 3 live projects you work on, then only you will get. Okay, and coming to the team management, right? So team management, if you know something, then you, if somebody is trying to bluff you, then you can simply say, hey, I know, boss. Okay, this is what you are saying
Yeah.
something. Yeah, you can simply judge it, right?
Mm-hmm.
If
Yes, yes.
somebody says like, hey, to configure the purchase order, I need 10 days of time, then you will say, why do you need 10 days of time? What is there
Yeah,
inside
yeah.
that,
They,
right? So if you don't
right,
know,
right.
right, if it's a gray area for you, obviously the person can bluff you. And even when you are in the team meetings also, if you speak some technical word, then other people can say, boss, know this. Okay, we cannot blame him or bluff him. This is kind of a game with the team management.
Yes, 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 yes. See, generally, how many people will be implement this Ariba? This is the kind of you take as a middle. It is, for example, is big industry or be an middle industry. It is take more consultants or be 3 or 4 members can implement this in a Ariba model.
See, always you should see the you said like it's a middle, right? So middle means the
Mm-hmm.
way we go it, right? Upstream
Mm-hmm. Yes.
basically we can handle with, unless it has moved to complex process. Okay, we can handle with the 1.5 resource we typically talk. Maybe two resources is fine. But for the
Okay.
BNI, we can do three resources and maybe one integration consultant, one or two integration
Mm.
consultants. Okay, they can build and test.
Okay. Mm-hmm. See, so this is a big cloud one. Now it will be Ariba in cloud. It is almost it'll be free template, already defined templates or in that. If any gap analysis, if you have this process not possible, this will be to they need they forcefully they asking me to give this scenario. Then in our ECC or S4HANA, we are kind of customization we are providing in the system, right?
Correct.
That these kind of scenarios, how you can guys handle this? This is will be escalate to
This is
SAP
early in
or
the
it will
game.
be
Yeah, this is quite early in the game. Maybe the people who doesn't understand this forget about this. We are talking about something beyond. Okay. Yeah, answering to your question, right? See, the thing is like Ariba Jira enhancements in our hands.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If something is coming which is not out of box, Okay, then you should talk to Ariba and they will take it from there. Okay, so
Okay.
that is why in SAP Ariba, how lot of the projects are being handled is the SAP people would be implementing the majority of the Ariba projects, or
Okay. Okay.
the model, like in the implementations, the model is we should have one SAP contact. Okay, if somebody you are using some third party through other implementing partner, okay, what you will have is like you will have one SAP Ariba contact. Okay, for upstream one contact and downstream one contact as per the SAP. When you are procuring the license, this is the contract you ideally make. Okay, and this is the
Mm-hmm.
suggestion I give to my customers as well. Okay, because your business will come up with some crazy requirements. Okay,
Okay.
I can defend where up to what extent I can defend. Okay, the level of thing they want it. Okay, but when it goes beyond the hand, then I can save my hands by saying that I will raise it to SAP Ariba.
Yeah, okay. I got it.
No.
Okay, thank you on that. And finally, one question. Suppose I'm taking course with you and the training to your under
Mhm.
your with you.
Mhm.
That what kind of real-time support will get you after getting it will be completion the course. It is you have
Real-time
any
support in the sense once you deployed into the project, you
yeah, yeah.
yeah, maybe we can take this one offline. Okay,
Okay, fine, fine.
yeah, because it doesn't
Yeah,
make sense talking in
yeah,
the
okay, fine.
forum. Okay, yeah,
Okay, yes.
but we'll provide. See,
Okay,
end of the day, like what I can tell you,
no, no,
like
no.
so.
Actually, my thing is not that is the kind of I'm not expecting that kind of fun beyond this. It will be and be something. It will be a new understanding of the things. If
Correct.
you by phone or between be text
See,
messaging,
that is
then
all.
you
That
can.
is always will be there. Okay. It
Okay,
depends upon
fine.
how the people are using this facility. Okay, so in the
Okay,
one of the batch, right, the guy used to call me each and every time. Okay, even if a simple mail
that
comes
is
out,
very good. That is
you
very
can
difficult to
understand
that.
them, right? So this is how. Okay, we are there to help you out. So end of the day, you believed in someone and then you are taking the course. We will help you in preparing the resume. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
we will help you in preparing the interviews. So I will give you the interview questions. So I have taken some mock interviews. Okay, those videos I am
Mm-hmm.
sending. So with that, see, we are trying to give the most basics which the trainer, not basics, I can say it's beyond that. Okay,
Okay,
and all the ways, like you have to put your brain and sharpen your brain to that and then handle the interviewer. Okay,
okay. You providing any real-time project scenario end-to-end
yes.
in this training?
It's all the things, the way
With
we are
example.
training goes, right? The training goes in the real-time scenarios only.
Okay.
Okay. So what is the feature when we are going to use this feature and in which area we will do this feature?
Okay. Okay. Fine. Thank you, Ashok. It's a wonderful time with you. Thank you.
Okay. I think it's already 10:15 here. I don't know. All of you are joined from India. I think only one person from Saudi. Okay. Great. I think we'll wait for your feedback. You can update your things to Subbu, and Subbu will comments you when the sorry, we'll communicate to you when the batch is going to be commenced. Okay.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Ashok. Thanks a lot.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Thanks a lot. Nice to meet you, Ashok.
Bye.
Thank you, Ashok sir. It was nice. Nice session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ashok.
Thank you, Ashok sir.
Subbu, Subbu, are you there? Subbu, Subbu.